Hi, I'm Carly Callahan, and I am the program coordinator for the Guilford Performing Arts Festival. I'd like to tell you now a little bit about our wonderful lineup events that we have on Saturday, October 14th. This is our third day of the festival, and this is a day that is packed with so many great events. You're going to want to plan ahead. You're going to want to see as many of these as possible. I promise you it'll be a fantastic day for the entire family on and around the Guilford Green. Now, all of this information can be found on our website, guilfordperformingartsfest.org, in addition to our Facebook page. So certainly check those both out and see our updated information, some behind-the-scenes clips, photos, information about the artists, etc. So Saturday, October 14th, beginning at 9 o'clock in the morning, we have the Dudley Farm String Band at Dudley Farm, which is on 2351 Durham Road. The Dudley Farm String Band brings together bluegrass, traditional, and progressive styles, playing old-timey standards, as well as progressive folk or rock and roll sets. They pull tunes and styles from Bill Monroe, Ralph Stanley, amongst others, and have developed original tunes. The 5 band members are Matt Crowley, mandolin, Irv Hagwood on banjo, Stan Hirschenick on harmonica, Brian Young on guitar, and David Ladd on bass. So that is just a fantastic way to start your day. At 10 o'clock, and running actually all the way through till 4 o'clock, in the Guilford Library Community Room, we have Stepping Sounds by Jared Radcliffe. Now, this is a really wonderful thing to check out. All ages should come and see this because this is going to be, I think, fascinating for all of us. What Stepping Sounds is an interactive sound installation that is fun for everyone, but certainly geared towards young children. Sensors placed on the floor trigger sounds when walked on. Our participant or group of participants can choose from varied sounds, including musical instruments, animals, weather, and outer space. So again, that's going to be running from 10 a.m. all the way to 4 o'clock in the library in the community room. At 11 o'clock, we have the Community Band Workshop. Mark Gomm, a music teacher at Guilford High School, will conduct a community band workshop, and some of the participants may perform in the Guilford Town Band concert in the afternoon. If interested, please bring along your instrument, and this is important. Please go to our website, guilfordperformingartsfest.org, to register for the program ahead of time so that we can determine what we need in terms of potential instruments, music, etc. From 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock, Neighborhood Music School will be presenting the Instrument Discovery Zone at the Congregational Church. And this allows people of all ages to check out all sorts of different instruments, hear them, put your hands on them, explore with them, so that'll be a lot of fun. At 11 o'clock, running until 4 o'clock, we have a choral workshop and performance of Vivaldi's Gloria, led by Kevin Buno at the Guilford High School Choral Room, which is a fantastic space. Kevin Buno, the director of the choral ensembles at Guilford High School and director of the music ministry at St. George's Church, will conduct a choral workshop followed by a group performance of the beautiful Vivaldi's Gloria. Again, this is one that we ask you to go to our website, guilfordperformingartsfest.org, and pre-register so that we get a sense of your voice part. But please don't feel that you have to be a great singer and an even good singer to participate. This is a beautiful piece of music, and we encourage you, if you're at all interested, to register and enjoy this great day and wonderful opportunity. At 1 o'clock in the community center, we have the Performer's Survival Guide, Staying Healthy During Rehearsals and Performances, an interactive presentation by Diana Harris. This workshop is designed to promote greater health awareness among all types of performers. It will focus on staying healthy despite the demands of rehearsals and performances. The discussion will focus upon using food as a fuel and making healthy choices for snacks and meals. It will provide suggestions for staying healthy, deal with balanced eating, the effects of sugar, and the need for proper hydration. It will also explain body awareness and will close with a constructive rest meditation. So that's a fantastic opportunity to get some really relevant information, regardless of how you perform, if you perform, or even if you're just interested in performing and the demands of being a performer. At 1:30 at the Church of Christ Scientist on the Green, we have Songs of Love and Lamentation. presented by Sir Charles Productions, presenting soprano Gillian Swanson and tenor Thomas Heilman, along with the Elm City Consort, in a short program of songs, arias, and duets by the early 17th century Italian composers Cavalli, Monteverdi, Caccini, and D'India. This music will represent their interpretation of how Greek theater was originally performed, which eventually evolved into the beginnings of modern opera. At 2 o'clock at the Community Center, we have the Guilford Town Band. Bring along your musical instrument and join Mark Gomm and other members of the Guilford Town Band in an afternoon concert. Now, beginning at 2:30 on Saturday and going all the way until 9 o'clock, Sandy Connolly has put together the Rock Room. This is going to be a lot of fun at the Arthur Murray Dance Studio. She has brought together a fantastic group of bands, including her own, beginning at 3 o'clock with Cherry Pie, 4 o'clock with Stu Jones and Family, 5 o'clock with Pinstripe, and 7:30 with the Racket Downstairs. Now, this is fantastic bands. Come, dance, hang out, enjoy. It will be the highlight of the evening, I believe, will be at 8:30 p.m. when Sandy Connolly herself presents a Southern blues concert with musicians from Guilford, Branford, and Madison, backed by singer-guitarist Sandy Connolly, covering deep tracks from Lucinda Williams, Bonnie Raitt, and the Little Willies, among many others. Connolly will be joined by Sam Bradford, lead guitar, Justin Paglino on keys, Mark Rabuffo on bass, and Dean Kosh on drums. Back now earlier in the day, at 3 o'clock at the Church of Christ Scientist, presented by the Yale School of Music, another Bach Around Town. This will be with 4 string musicians for a Johann Sebastian Bach concert, Rachel Osler, violinist, with Sonata No. 2 in A minor, in addition to James Rosamilia on cello, and Jenny Kwok on cello as well as Eric Adamczyk, who will be on cello performing the Suite No. 2 in D minor. This is going to be a beautiful, beautiful concert. At 4 o'clock at the Episcopal Church on the Guilford Green, we have another Octave, the Connecticut Women's Chorus. Spend an hour with another Octave enjoying standard concert pieces, as well as traditional and contemporary music reflecting women's lives as they take you from Broadway to the back porch, from close jazz harmonies to favorites of the off the pop charts, from quiet love songs to rousing spirituals. At 4 o'clock at the Community Center, we have Tuxedo Junction by Guilford local Pat Todd. She will be presenting the sounds of swing, an hour of the American Songbook, keeping our mid-century musical heritage alive and well. At 6:30 that evening at the Church of Christ Scientist will be Broadway Squared, featuring myself, Susan Yankee, Eric Dillner, and Dan Haig. We're going to be doing an evening of your favorite Broadway tunes, and the catch to the evening is that they are only duets, trios, and quartets from 42nd Street to Whitfield Street. We're going to be including songs from Kiss Me Kate, The Secret Garden, Into the Woods, Cabaret, and many others. So that should be a fun concert. At 7 o'clock, now this is a venue that is in Madison at the Shoreline Unitarian Universalist Society right on the Boston Post Road. We will be presenting Dances of Universal Peace. Join hands and form a circle to sing, dance, and meditate. The Dances of Universal Peace are simple, meditative, joyous, multicultural circle dances that use sacred phrases, chants, music, and movements from the many spiritual traditions of the earth to touch the spiritual essence within ourselves and to recognize it in others. Again, that's from 7 to 9 o'clock at the Shoreline Unitarian Universalist Society on the Boston Post Road in Madison. Finally, on Saturday night, we have 8 o'clock, Folk in the Barn, Busker Stories, Blues and Brazens, Joe Flood. Songwriter Joe Flood will tell the story and song of how playing blues, old-time jazz, rock and roll, and folk music on the streets of the world's greatest cities led him to translate the songs of legendary songwriter George Brassens and how he met some of America's music greats along the way. That is at Bittersweet Barn, which is on 316 Little Meadow Road in Guilford. So that's the wrap-up for the Saturday program schedule for the Guilford Performing Arts Festival. Again, I encourage you to go to our webpage, guilfordperformingartsfest.org, along with our Facebook page for updates about the programming. And even if you wake up on Saturday and say, you know, I want to see the festival and be part of this, but I don't know what I'm really interested in seeing, come by to the community center. We'll have plenty of people there to help guide you and provide suggestions that will ensure you have a wonderful, wonderful day of culture and performing arts right here in Guilford. Thanks so much. Hope to see you there.